All right, hello everyone, it's Nick Nielsen here for you out at the Southeast Military Museum. As you can see, I've got Craig Bird with me here, the curator of the museum, and we decided to do a little fun project here for Remembrance Days. So Craig, tell us a little bit more about what we got going on.
So the Southeast Military Museum is dedicated to the preservation of the history as well as the memory of all of those that have served in the Canadian Forces. So we have basically got to the point here where we're showcasing things with the support of the Legion. We have a facility here right inside the Legion, as well as a second part of the museum, which is, unfortunately, it's out at my place for now until we get another location, but we're able to use this facility to showcase some of our main items with the museum and remember all of those that have served, especially with Remembrance Day coming up.
Absolutely, and we will get to see some of those items out at his place later on here as we go through 11 different Remembrance Day little lessons here over the next 11 days. And we're starting off with this gentleman behind us here, Frank Abbott. So what can you tell me about him?
Yeah, well, it was kind of interesting. We found his uniform in a sealed bag downstairs, and it was getting moldy, and it was just pure luck that we ran into it in the basement of the Legion here. So we took it out. We ended up cleaning it up so that it looks a little bit better and to preserve it, and found a name inside. So we started doing a little bit of history and searching to find out what was going on with this gentleman and why his uniform was here in Estevan. So when we went through, we found out that he had a belt. We actually have his dog tags and a helmet as well. So through our research, we found out that he was a resident of Estevan, is actually buried here in Estevan. And he also had a son that had served in World War II as well, who is alive and was able to provide us with some more information about his father, and also had a war diary that one of his grandkids had taken and actually written out, because of course everything was all handwritten back in those days. But we did find out that Mr. Abbott actually took part in the Battle for Vimy Ridge. So I used him during one of my Vimy presentations and actually read from his diary of his account of what transpired during that time period.
Now, is that diary somewhere here, or is that still with the family?
That's still with the family,
okay.
The medals and everything else, but the family was quite happy that we were showcasing their grandfather/father with the military museum, because he was a part of the community here. We did a little bit of history on Mr. Abbott, and we have that written out here. He was born in Belfast, Ireland, and came to Canada in 1912. He enrolled and was living actually near Souris, Manitoba at the time. And he was listed as a telegraph operator and a clerk, and ended up enrolling with the Winnipeg Rifles, or the 8th Battalion back then. He did suffer a gunshot wound in 1917 and was hospitalized with influenza back in 1918, which a lot of the soldiers at the time, you know, did come up with, a Spanish flu at that time. So he did recover and ended up living out here in a place called Nottingham, Saskatchewan, which is just north and east of here, but unfortunately the town doesn't exist anymore. And came to Estevan, and after he was in Estevan, he was in your business. He ran Avenue News back in the 50s and was on city council here in Estevan, yeah. So he retired from all of that and passed away here in 1968, and is actually buried out at the Souris Valley Memorial Gardens, and him and his wife are there. So.
So a participant in the Battle for Vimy Ridge, also very involved here in the city of Estevan. If you want to learn more about this gentleman, come here to the Southeast Military Museum, and Craig would be happy to give you a tour, I'm sure.
For sure.